Now at this point in time, you no longer have the beachfront or anything else like that, because you can look around you. This place is falling apart and we're on it. And of course, a dark ball of energy is above us that just is screaming hi, and lo and behold, another familiar face. Good old Darkside Heartless decides to say hello one more time because we couldn't get enough. So, strategy for this one exactly same as way as before. If you do a combo head attack kind of thing on him, for every finished combo you get 2 tech points. You have to climb up his arm to get it, which is not easy to do considering that there are flying particles everywhere, as well as the fact that his arms don't stay necessarily. But as you can see, I managed to get up here once, and I'm back down again. But it works, it gets the job done, it's efficient, you get extra experience. You can never have enough experience at the beginning of it, like I said before, so take advantage of it when you can. This attack here, he pops it off into the ground with a little shockwave, and of course he brings up his little friends. But the good news is, if you can stay on his arm, which as you can see, as toned as it is, it's hard to do sometimes, you get your experience points. So here, I decided to just go to town on his face, just as much as I can. And if you don't necessarily get exactly on his face, but you get within the region of it, they give you the experience points anyways. As you can see there, I hit his chest, but had he not moved his head, I would have had that on there taken care of. So it's a good thing on that one. And let's see, this one here, oh, this right here, this ability right here is not a very pleasant one at all because of how devastating it can be. In this case here, I still went for his head because you can never have enough experience coming from the head. And the good news is that because of our level ups we had earlier, that actually helps tremendously. That ability right there is extremely hard to dodge, especially because they fall and they always aim for where you're either running to or where you're starting up from. So it's a good thing to get that done early on if you can. And as you can see now, we are black hole above us has then become a true black hole and is now shooting at, pulling us all in there, including the dark side as well as probably our island. So there's pretty much nothing left of what we have here. So we are pretty much out of options. And looky here, look who's already arrived.
Look, a star's going out.
Yep. And for people who don't know, the stars resemble the worlds, and every time one goes out, that means darkness has taken it over. But welcome to our first new world, also known as the Great Traverse Town. Home of the ever so delightful, people who, happen to not have a world anymore get launched in here for no apparent reason. We don't have no idea why.
Donald, I bet you that,
And one thing about this, the things about this that I appreciate is that with Goofy is like the wise man of the group. He's very much underestimated, underappreciated, but he's got knowledge and he knows how to think. And if you ever look at his abilities are actually a lot better at saving me than in most cases for Donald. I mean, Donald has like healing, yes, but Goofy has an HP gift, he has an MP gift, he has abilities that can actually help directly attack the person that helps Sora if you set it up that way, and 9 times out of 10 he helps you more than Donald does. Donald dies more often than Goofy does in my games every time I play it. No matter what I do, it does not help having Donald around sometimes. But as you can see here, we have woken up from Pluto, good old Pluto, and so now he's running off and we're not sure what's going on, and we're gonna just kind of yeah. So we're here. We've arrived. We have not learned about what that is. You'll find out what that is much later on. Right now is not the time for that, because we need to figure out what we're doing here. So as you can see, we are in a completely different place. I'm in another world. It's baffling kind of thing. So we're gonna go over here and meet the locals, see what's going on. This guy looks a lot like Tidus in a way, although he's got very, very red cheeks and a very irritable look on his face. What's really funny though is that you never see them after this. Like after this beginning portion, unless you're watching a cutscene from when they're older, you never see them. So you never know anything that happens. She talks about the candles that are over there that, you try to hit them out, they just keep coming back. And he talks about needing magic to get it done, which is accurate. You do need magic. We're talking to the Moogle because the Moogle created this. Moogle just says, seeing all this hell will take some time, Kupo, especially for newcomers. Even if you can't go to certain areas now, you'll be able to go later. It doesn't tell you anything else. This guy here got my attention because he's blocking a door. Beyond this door is a shortcut to the 3rd district, but the way is blocked, I believe is what it said. And then we have a weird looking mailbox with a tongue sticking out where you put postcards in there. Postcards are good because they give you various items that can help you you know, throughout your gameplay, whether it's like, you know, craftable items, something like that. First one is actually on this fan, which I'm going to try to display. There we go. And boom, postcard right there, just like that. Very quickly, very quick and easy. And as you can see, there's a bunch of other stuff that are around here, but nothing here. I don't weigh anything apparently, so I'm like lifeless. And we got Huey, Dewey, and Louie who run the store. Really cool guys. Give you a lot of good items. They actually give you some equipment for Donald and Goofy as you play, just not all at one time, of course. As you can see here, oh, I'm trying to sell stuff. I sell my Pretty Stone because the Pretty Stone is not worth anything. For crafting purposes, they are not worth anything. They are great to sell, but nothing more than that. Don't sell any. Don't sell that. Oh, am I selling those? Did I just sell? I think I sold my high potions. No idea what I'm doing at that point. Okay, I have a mind of my own. I thought I would have kept them. That's just me. Alright, so we're running around here. We're going to kind of go see what's going on in the other places. The accessory shop. The main place you're going to meet your first new guy from, or I should say your fourth guy from the Final Fantasy group. Hey there, how can I? Oh, it's only a kid. Not a kid. The name's Sora. Okay, simmer down. Why the long face, Sora? You lost or something? No? Well, maybe. Where are we? Huh? Traverse Town. So, Gramps, is this really another world? Don't call me Gramps. The name's Sid. Good old Sid is from Final Fantasy VII. Which, by the way, they have a remake going on right now. If you had a chance, I played that on a live stream and posted it up on the weekend. So, feel free to watch that when you get a chance to. But, he's the first guy that actually helps you out. That'll do what you can, that does what he can to help you. There's a lot of stuff that's around here, as you can see. First, starting off with the chest that's up here. It's kind of hidden. Mithril Shard. Never sell your Mithril Shards until every spell you know or every item that you have to craft has been made with those things, because getting them from the enemies, even with the luck booster, is not all that helpful. They still sometimes are hard to get. So never sell them unless you absolutely have to, or if you've got everything that you need that requires a Mithril Shard already crafted and in your possession. Enough said. One of the other places that you'll see a postcard or some other treasures are also on top of the rooftops of the first district in Traverse Town. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down up here, show you where one of these are at, and at least show you the first one that I know of. There are other rooftop areas that you will access that will give you more stuff. So this is not the only one, it's just this is the only one that we can reach at this time. And you can see with us just having a limited jump ability and everything else, we can't do a whole lot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that you can get to the other side without having to glide or anything else. Don't even need a high jump ability. Most people assume you have to have high jump to get to the other side. Never the case here. So if my character can figure... my guy. Thank you. My guy couldn't figure it out. So we're going to jump, swing, and there you go. So now we're on the other side. No special abilities required. Of course, no chest, unfortunately. But that does not mean that it's not... there will be one in the future, possibly. Or we may need to get there to get some other place. So unfortunately, we have not learned how to use our key abilities, which would be to unlocking anything. So unfortunately, yeah. Kupo, Item Workshop. This guy will be your best friend once that's open. Best friend. Roll the second district, beyond that lies the third. And he just stands there. I don't know why he stands there, because in my opinion, I would have thought that you would have actually let us go up there, because you just go around and we're there. It's not like he's blocking anything. It's just, he's literally just there. He's just existent, and it makes no sense to me. I don't understand. Okay, so we're just gonna clear out a few more things, going from there. Alright, and for the first one it gets me a cottage, second one gets me a postcard. Mithril Shard, second one gets me a Mithril Shard, not a postcard. Alright, and so now we are going to work our way up into, we're exploring a few more areas to make sure there's nothing else is opened up, because I can't remember what all opens up and what all doesn't. But we're going to make our way now to district number 2. And coming out here, you will learn some startling information. The person just got his heart taken out, got put into that thing, and look who comes out and says hello. The next Heartless that comes out. So, very, and then of course, you know, the familiar faces of the shadows now come back and say hello once more. And of course, as usual, we have to handle them, so here I go. Now, something new that comes out now for this part of it is you're starting to get money as well as lucid shards. Lucid shards only come from the shadows, at this point in time because of how early we are in the game. However, more of them will come later on. I believe at some point, I think you can possibly buy those, I'm not sure. I can't remember if they did the Kingdom Hearts 2 concept where you make enough of them and they'll start selling them in the shops for you so you can get them. So I don't remember if that's the case, but they're at least here now. We get another postcard from this chest because I remember that was there, and now we're going to progress. Now in the process of this, we're trying to find some help us to figure out what's going on here, so we're going to be doing some exploring. But at the same time that we're doing our exploring, someone else is also looking around here as well. Unfortunately, we do not get to see them until later on. We'll find that out as we go into the next room. There is always a grindy spot in each place, in each world that you can go to that can give you a lot more experience. The one that I always recommend here is, let's see, I can't remember if I go over there now, if I go over there later. I think I'll go over there now. But the place that I always recommend going to for experience purposes is the Gizmo shop, which is this little guy right here. Now, the Gizmo shop, oh, by the way, here's that we're being followed. They're looking for me, I'm looking for someone to help me out, and we never see each other. Gizmo shop. Reason why I recommend using the Gizmo shop for your grinding is because there is an amplitude of Heartless that come in here and that fight with you. The other good thing is that every time you're introduced to a new Heartless that you actually have to fight, they come into the Gizmo shop and you fight them as well. So right now, we've only taken on Shadows. That soldier you saw earlier did not count because we have not actually actively fought against him. When you actually have to, kill a soldier with your Keyblade, that counts as your exposure to him, and therefore your Gizmo shop is updated to having some more of those guys out. So keep that in mind. So like whenever you go and open up the new world, level up for HP, good stuff there. But when you go to a new world and it brings up a new Heartless, you can assume they're probably going to pop up in here. Or at least one of the regulars of this place is going to be popping up in here. Because I know that, like, I believe, okay, the monkeys from, like, the jungle place does not show up here. However, when you find the air soldiers, they will pop up in here because they exist in this world as well, and they're opened up in other areas. But so be mindful. Gizmo Shop is going to be your best friend for getting a lot of experience, so please take advantage of it. It's got good experience, and not to mention the fact that, they come in such high numbers, they actually give you more of a challenge. So this is also a good place to, once again, get used to, moves of people and being able to learn how to dodge and jump and stuff like that. As you can see, I did a counter on a Shadow who was trying to jump at me, and I stopped him before he could hit me. And that critical shot you saw was the slap shot ability, which is just one little hit. But my criticals are so much higher because of this. It's just amazing. But you can see they aren't stopping just yet. I mean, they're still working their way through it, but they're not done just yet. Good grief, there's so many. When there's a lot of Heartless around, it just gets, the camera might get a little crazy. So if you happen to see me shaking on that, that's just a rendering from the game. There was like 5 Heartless in that one little spot, and it's kind of like, but let's see, it should be everybody. Yeah, so you saw how long, and the time it took me to explain all that, we went through an entire fight. And though I don't, like I said, those not going to give me a whole lot of experience right this instant, it will, however, help you out later on when you have to go against other guys. So keep that in mind. Everything about it's good. These panels right here do get to go up eventually, not right now. We do require something else to get it done first. Once we get to that point, then we will be able to progress up there. Because you can see trying to Keyblade hit it only blocks your way, only just knocks you over to the other side, and you can't just grab it from the back side and go from there either. So now we are going to go look around into probably the hotel area, because I want to see if there's anything in there. Because, there might be hotel people. I don't know. Eventually you will go to the hotel for part of your story, but it's not quite right now. Yeah, and you want to, and unfortunately, because you don't have magnet, you don't get to collect your stuff very easily, so you have to go like right on top of it to get to anything. Alright, so welcome to the hotel. There are Heartless that will pop up sometimes here, throughout this hallway and in some of the rooms, but right now because of the story we can't go in any of the rooms right now, so it's kind of a spawn free zone, which is kind of nice. I thought at one point in here that there was a postcard here, but I don't think there is the more that I think about it, because I thought you had to hit the bell for them to give you a postcard, but I couldn't remember, and the announcement is just the exhibit. It just says no vacancy, so I don't think. If I do hit it, I think it's later on. But at this point, I'm just trying to see. I know there used to be like hit a certain number of times and you'll get something. And I don't think I'm going to get it this time either because, like I said, there's nothing there. So, we give up. You go later on. Come back to that in the future, which we will come back to it in the future. But now we're going to go into another area that kind of want you guys to get an idea of what's all there. But it requires us going down here and saying hello to some unfortunate baddies. So we're going to go take on these guys, get some experience. Once again, we're at a really good lull period right now where there's only shadows. That will change very quickly. Keep that in mind. It will change very quickly, so don't get comfortable too quickly. You know, when you realize that when you meet up with Donald and Goofy, things do not get any easier from there. They just get that much harder. So hence why you want to have your experience earlier on. So we're going to take out these guys. This place also changes the type of guys that pop in here, because right now it's just shadows once again. The darkness is not increased enough for us to get the new enemies just yet, which is good because right now we can't afford them. We can't afford to go after them, so we can leave them alone. Or they're leaving us alone rather. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to this side, and we are going to go into one of these secondary quests that exist in the main part of the game. Donald and Goofy just went to the Gizmo shop, probably got some experience, since again their level so high up above us and stuff. 101 Dalmatian. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, why not hit the like button located right down here. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more amazing videos like you've seen today, why not hit the subscribe button also located right down here and hit the bell notification to be notified for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!